guys, what's going on? This is Dice Squad. I am Marshall Dice, known as Adam Campbell, and I'm live here at Con on the Cob 2016 with
Jerry Hartung of Pendragon Chainmail.
And Pendragon Chainmail. How are things been going here at Con on the Cob?
I've got about $35,000 worth of chainmail because I've just gotten done with doing the Great Lakes Renaissance Fair, then the Ohio Renaissance Fair, and now I'm relaxing a bit, enjoying myself, gaming, and selling chainmail at the con.
So, how did you get started with doing chainmail?
I was in a live combat group called Dagger Hair, and in Dagger Hair, it's a very, very simple combat system. You're hit once in the body, you're dead. If you're wearing armor, you got to get hit twice. And I wanted to live twice as long, so I started making chainmail, got really, really good at it, and made a lot of chainmail. And then people were like, well, hey, how much for chainmail for me? So it just sort of snowballed into, it's been 28 years, and I now fully make chainmail for a living.
And have you always been a fan of board and card games?
Oh, yeah. I started out with D&D, was going to the University of Akron, playing D&D at Akron Youth Gaming Society, and they were like, oh, you got to check out this Dagger Hair thing. And I'm like, gaming led me to Dagger Hair, which led me to making chainmail. Now I make all kinds of things, from whips that work like metal whips from Castlevania, dice bags, bikini tops, metal wings, chandeliers, coifs, chainmail shirts, anything you can think of in chainmail. If you can think it, I can link it.
Now, how did you come up with the name Pendragon Chainmail?
Was in the SCA and wasn't an official member of the SCA, but had several different personas from Dagger Hair, and was hanging out with people working on some stuff. And one person's calling me Navarre, one person's calling me Blackstreak, I'm Pendragon, and they were like, okay, wait, we need one name to know you by. And I was single at the time. There were several girls like, we like Pendragon. So I'm like, okay, I'll go by Pendragon. And in the SCA, it's very, very period persona. So it was Penfield Dragon Nightshade was the full name, Pendragon for short. And then it got to be, there were several people at the time selling chainmail at Penzic. I was the Pendragon chainmail guy. And it just kept going, and now the company's Pendragon Chainmail, and it's been a good business. This is all I do for a living.
And how'd you come up with your logo?
A good friend of mine, Nigel Desaad, from Studio Desaad, was doing shows and was like, hey, you need a logo. And I'm like, yeah, I've tried to draw something. I want something that's maybe a dragon and some chainmail links, or a J and an H. And he called me up one time and he's like, Jerry, I designed you a logo. Because it's a J and the two links form an H. Actually, Jerry? Oh, it's a J and two links forming the H. And it's a dragon and two chainmail links, so it's Pendragon Chainmail, Jerry Hartung. So it's a combination of both things. And he's like, yeah, never use my real name again, and the logo's yours. And I'm like, cool.
Sounds awesome. So how long does it take you normally to make something like chainmail? Because I know chainmail used to be big back in like the medieval times and stuff like that.
12-gauge aircraft grade. This is a 12-gauge aircraft grade aluminum shirt. I can cut all the links myself and assemble it. I can do the entire shirt in about 25 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. I've got the right amount of ADHD and OCD to where I'll sit down during the week, I game and make chainmail. So weekends I sell the chainmail. During the week I game and make chainmail. It's kind of an amazing life for a gamer.
And what's been the most craziest thing you've ever created with chainmail?
Oh, that's kind of hard. All right, we'll take a break right here. Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of things I could say.
Hey!
Try a pronged scrotal mount.
No. There's a lot of things I can say. This is a family show that I do a lot of shows that are not family shows. And I'm like, well, I could do... no. No.
All right, what's the most age-appropriate thing you've ever seen? You've ever created?
Well, one of the craziest things, if you go to my website, I have 4 ferrets at the North Carolina...
Okay, well, let's save it. Let's save it for the show. Mr. Campbell could... Well, that was weird. Anyway.
One of the most unique things I've done I went to the North Carolina Renaissance Fair, and I had 4 ferrets. I took the ferrets to the fair, and they had the whole Ferret Society there. And I'm like, I'm going to get my ferrets confused with all these other ferrets, so I made full ferret chainmail for the whole little small herd of ferrets I have. So they've all got their own little individual chainmail, just for keeping track of which ferret's which, and, well, it's easier to hold the leash on them. So I have full combat armor for my ferrets.
Have you ever taken these ferrets into battle?
Mostly no, but I do have Nerfle, who's my oldest ferret, who went to a LARP with me and actually got knighted at the Michigan Canard group. And we have archery, and the ferret likes chewing on the fletchings. So I'm sitting there, my girlfriend at the time had the ferret. The ferret got loose. I shot somebody with an arrow. My ferret ran out, grabbed the arrow, and starts dragging the arrow back to me. And it distracted like 9 people. Were like, "Oh my gosh, the ferret's got an arrow!" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll shoot him, and I'll shoot him," because people are looking at the ferret dragging the arrow across the thing, and he drops it to the ground because he looks at it, and then he starts trying to chew on the arrow. And I'm like, "No." And then that was the last arrow I got to shoot another guy, and I'm like, "Yes, I have an arrow retrieving ferret." And they're like, "That's not allowed, but that looked really cute, so we let you get away with it." I'm like, "Okay, cool."
You've heard of man best friend, man's best ferret.
Yes. Thank you.
So, are there any current projects you're working on currently right now?
Right now I'm restocking. I've just gotten done. I've got this show and then one more show. Oh, and I'm done until January, so I'm trying to restock back up for the Ren Fairs. By the beginning of the show, Regia going on in Boston, I'm hoping to be at 60,000 in stock, and I'm at 45 now. So I've got to make 15,000 in stock during my downtime. So, just making more chainmail, make chainmail, make chainmail, make chainmail.
And if people want to make chainmail, any suggestions for our viewers?
Chainmail is not difficult at all. I've shown people, I've brought extra pliers and stuff. Once you get the basic 4-on-1 pattern, which is this part of the pattern here, once you get the basic 4-on-1 down, that's about 60% of chainmail. It's not hard to get started. It's harder to make the links than do the work once you get the basics down. And there's a couple different places you can buy the links raw, and in about 20 minutes I can show. It's like, okay, you can go to Quality Farm and Fleet, get galvanized steel, coil it up, cut it, and start making stuff. It's not difficult, and it's so satisfying going, yes, I made this.
Gotcha. And where can people find if they want to order all your amazing chainmail
I've got PendragonChainmail.com, which is just a display site, and then I've got Pendragon Chainmail at Etsy, which is on my card. I don't know if you can see that, but I can get you a link.
And we'll have links below to check it out.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Thank you for being on the show. I appreciate it.
Cool. Well, hey, I'm going to go get a Pathfinder game, so I'm going to go game. Cool.
Awesome. But yeah, for continuing our coverage here at Con on the Cob 2016, this is Marshall Dice, also known as Adam Campbell, saying stay tuned.